Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Sorry for being late. Let us chant one round of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in Japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhana Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता एज इट इज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for All session. Let us memorize a new Bhagavad Gita Sloka today. This is a new week. So on Monday we begin memorizing a new Sloka. So last week we memorized 10:9. Now we will learn 10:10. a very, very famous. All four of them are famous. 10-10. Please repeat. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So does anyone need to go first? Madhava, okay.
Tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Anyone else need to go first? Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Go ahead, Mataji.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we'll go in order. Achinta Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Tesham satata yuktanam
Tesam satata yuktanam
bhajatam priti purvakam
bhajatam priti purvakam
dadami buddhi yogam tam
dadami buddhi yogam tam
yena mam upayanti te.
yena mam upayanti te. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Aditi Lata Mataji and Adunita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Arinita will read little later.
Okay. Inya is not here. So, Isha.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Krishna Shish.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Rasapriya.
तेषां सततयुक्तानां सततं प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयन्ति ते. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Vajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mama Upayanti Te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna.
Medha is there.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Pachatam Pritipurvakam Sadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayantite. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu, Suvarnangi Shama Mataji, Suraj Purti.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. Translation by Upayanti Te. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna Mataji. Others are not.
Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Sargosh to Srila Prabhupada.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadhami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. Emam Upayanti. Yena Mam Upayanti Te. To those who are continuously devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna.
Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna.
Arunita.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Tam Upayanti Te. Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare
Krishna. Surad, is Purti and Mataji there? Your hand is still raised. No?
Purti will read Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Tasyam Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Translation: to those who are constantly devoted to my serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Everyone has recited. So let's begin Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm not going to discuss the commentary today because I started late. And I know all of you have to go to work and school, so we'll still have to end on time. Let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4. Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. So Lord Vishnu is speaking to Durvasa Muni. What did Lord Vishnu say? So Durvasa Muni is begging Lord Vishnu for forgiveness. Forgiveness means, yeah, he's saying that please relieve me. I offended your dear devotee, not knowing your power, and now I can see your power. This Sudarshan Chakra is chasing after me. So he's saying, please relieve me from this offense. You are so great, you can do that, right? You can even deliver a person who's destined to go to hell. You can immediately deliver him by awakening the holy name in his heart, like this. So when Durvasa Muni said this, what did Lord Vishnu say? First thing Lord Vishnu said was, Aham Bhakta Paradhina. I am controlled by my devotees. I am not independent. I am not at all independent. What to speak of being controlled by my devotees? I am controlled by the devotees of my devotees. And then what did the Lord say? Without saintly persons whose only goal is me. That means their only goal is to please the Supreme Lord. Without such saintly persons, I'm not interested in my transcendental bliss or my transcendental opulence. That means what is dearest to the Lord, his devotees are the dearest objects of the Lord's affection. Then, what else did we read? 65. Yes. 65. Since pure devotees give up their homes, wives, children, relatives, riches, and even their lives simply to serve me without any desire for material improvement in this life or in the next, how can I give up such devotees? So the Lord is giving why? Why is it that he considers his devotees so dear? Right? Like without these devotees, I'm not interested even in my abode. I'm not interested in my opulences. I cannot get any transcendental bliss. I'm not interested in enjoying anything without my devotees. Why are my devotees so dear to me? Because they give up, they sacrifice everything for my sake. In order to please me, they can undergo any tribulation. There are other verses like this. Recently, we celebrated Janmashtami. If you remember, we were reading the first 3 chapters of the 10th canto. So there also, there is a shloka that says, what is it that, what is it that a saintly person cannot undergo? That means, is there any pain that the saintly person cannot undergo? Or that means a devotee can endure any type of difficulty for the sake of the Lord. He can sacrifice anything for the sake of the Lord. And we have innumerable examples of devotees who have sacrificed. Take Srila Prabhupada, right? So they can take up any risk. Can a non-devotee do that? No. So therefore, Lord Vishnu is saying, how can I give up such devotees. My devotees sacrifice their homes, their wives, their children, wealth, position, everything. They can even risk their own lives for my sake. How can I give up such devotees? There Srila Prabhupada explained attachment to family life, to wife, to children, to home, to property, to assets. These things uh, are impediments for spiritual progress. And we discussed that nicely the other day. So now we'll go to the next verse. Text 66. So, who read? Rasapriya, did you read yesterday? Priyanka Mataji, did you read yesterday?
No, Mataji.
You didn't read. So, did you read yesterday? Madhava and Rasapriya, did they read? I know Isha and Krishna Shish read. Madhava, did you read yesterday? Huh? You think you did? Okay, and you also read? You don't remember. You did? She did? Okay, so let's just start with Sonia Mataji then. After Sonia Mataji, Usha Mataji and Medha. Okay, so I'll share the screen. Text 66. मयि निर्बद्ध हृदयाः साधवः समदर्शनाः वशे कुर्वन्ति मां भक्त्या सत्स्त्रियः सत्पतिं यथा. Sonia Mataji.
As chaste women bring their gentle husbands under the control by service, the pure devotees who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart bring me under their full control.
The Lord is further saying, as chaste women bring their gentle husbands under control by service, women actually control, chaste women actually control their gentle husbands by service. We read just recently, actually chapter 3, we read about Sukanya, remember? Chapter 3. So that's a chaste lady. And what was her husband's disposition? He was irritable and angry. But by her service, she was able to control her husband. Control her husband means he becomes completely satisfied, and the way it works is by her service, by her surrender and her service, she conquers his heart, and now he also wants to do, he also wants to please her. That means she has conquered his heart. And that is the way that the Shastras guide us. Guide us means guide ladies. And we have examples. Of course, you know, Varnashram system, in Varnashram system you have duties for Brahmanas, Kshatriyas. In the 7th canto, Narad Muni instructs Yudhishthir Maharaj about duties for Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, Brahmacharis, Grihasthas, Vanaprasthas, Sannyas, and then Sannyasis, and then for women separately. Women as a separate category, there are duties. So the Varnashram system, actually it's a system. You need a system, and then everything will work properly. So currently things are topsy-turvy, right? So many things. And then We'll try to follow whatever possible, but if the varnashram system is in place, then all these duties can be proper. For example, women are dependent. Wife is dependent on the husband for protection, for maintenance in every way. And because she is dependent, naturally she will be subordinate, she will be uh, humble and respectful. It's natural. It's natural. But because of the current system, now both husband and wife work, they need to work to maintain their families, then there is friction, isn't it? There is friction. Now the women will feel that I'm also earning, I'm also bringing in money, and I also do, on top of that I do. So there's a mix up of duties, and therefore it's not necessary that it should happen in every case, but the tendency is certainly there. We cannot deny that. We cannot deny that. That's not the only thing. There are so many factors. Joint families, right? Traditionally, there's joint families. So there's elders in the family. That will, when there is elders and when there is younger ones, naturally that culture of respect will be there. But now we are all nucleus families, right? Sometimes parents may visit and go away, but most of them, that too, not always, sometimes maybe. So then there is, with the destruction of dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, Arjun tells Krishna. So when the elders in the family member are not present, then who will teach? And that etiquette is not observed. So that's why women, and then when they go out and work, they will be mingling with other men, they will have to work with other men. The woman may be chaste, but then she is now vulnerable to other men. That is also said by Arjun, right? What is that? 140. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. When irreligion is prominent in the family, how did irreligion come in the family? Irreligion came because the elders are destroyed. There is nobody to teach what is the culture, isn't it? So many things that we learn from our grandparents, and just that culture, community, you won't get that when you live in nucleus family, and what to speak of in a totally different, I don't know what to say, if it is a culture or whatever it is, right? The modern world. So irreligion becomes prominent. When elders are not there, irreligion becomes prominent. When irreligion is prominent, what will happen? The women become polluted. And if the women are polluted, there is unwanted population. So the point here is, as chaste women, so that's a big asset. Srila Prabhupada also says that if we can keep our women chaste, then good population can be produced, and such children born of chaste women can be trained nicely. But Varna Sankara means children born from polluted women, they will actually destroy the society. So the chastity of women is it's very powerful. If women can be chaste, we have examples like Gandhari, how she became so powerful simply because of her chastity. She's called Tapaswini. Gandhari is called Tapaswini because she took up this tapasya of blindfolding herself simply because her husband, again, it's the same principle. My husband is blind, and if I am able to see, then I will become proud. I may become proud. So, to remain subordinate to her husband, that I am not better than you, right? I am subordinate to you. She blindfolded herself. This is her chastity, and she kept this vow throughout her life. So, shyness is very important for women, and chastity. Then they actually command respect of men. Prabhupada says that when women are shy and chaste, they actually command respect from men. So anyway, here Lord, the Supreme Lord is saying, just as a chaste wife brings her gentle husband under her control, that means now he is willing to do whatever she wants. But how does it happen? By her service, by her chastity, by her surrender, by her service, she wins his heart. Similarly, just as chaste women control their gentle husbands by their service, pure devotees control the Supreme Lord. How? Pure devotees are equal to everyone, and they are completely attached to the Supreme Lord in the core of their heart. So by their service to the Supreme Lord, what is their service to the Supreme Lord? We saw previously that in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that those devotees, so Krishna gets pleasure in the association of devotees, right? He gets more and more pleasure, and just because he is unlimited, he wants unlimited pleasure with unlimited devotees. And those surrendered devotees, those devotees who actually want to increase Krishna's pleasure, and for this they risk everything simply to increase Krishna's pleasure. Such devotees, they actually conquer Krishna's heart. They conquer Krishna's heart. Like that gentle husband who becomes conquered by his chaste wife, Krishna becomes conquered by such pure devotees who sacrifice everything for the sake of giving pleasure to Krishna. This is what the Lord is telling Durvasa Muni. Again, it is Krishna is the Supreme Lord is explaining in different ways how and why the devotees are so dear to him. The pure devotees who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart bring me under their full control. Okay. Purport. So Sonia Mataji read now. So Usha Mataji and Medha. Are you there, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, sorry, Mataji. I'm driving. Medha went to school already.
No problem. So next is Priyanka Hari. No. And then Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu Surit Spurti. You can read. Purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
In this verse, The word Samadarshana
Samadarshana.
is significant. The pure devotee is actually equal toward everyone, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18.54. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Universal brotherhood is possible when one is a pure devotee. Pandita Samdarshana. A pure devotee is actually learned because he knows his constitutional position. He knows the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he knows the relationship between the living entity and the Supreme Lord. Thus, he has full spiritual knowledge and is automatically liberated to Brahma Bhuta. He can therefore see everyone on the spiritual platform. He can comprehend the happiness and distress of all living entities. He understands what is happiness to him is also happiness to others, and that what is distress to him is distressing for others. Therefore, he is sympathetic to everyone, as Prahlad Maharaj said.
Soche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharam udvahato vimudhan. Bhagavatam 7.9.43. Continue.
People suffer from the material distress because they are not attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure devotee's chief concern, therefore, is the race to ignorant mass of people to the sense of Krishna consciousness. Krishna Mataji.
Okay. So, Srila Prabhupada's purport. So the point is Samadarshana. Samadarshana means a devotee sees everyone with an equal vision. He is equal to everyone. The pure devotee is actually only a pure devotee can be equal to everyone. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu. Why he is able to see everyone? Because he is able to see them on the spiritual platform. As long as we are on the bodily platform, it is not possible to see everyone equally. It is ironical. It's quite ironical that in the modern day, they criticize the caste system as an evil, isn't it? Because there are those who are superior and those who are inferior, and this is not right. Everyone should be equal, isn't it? We are all equal. We have equal rights. But we are not equal. Why we are not equal? On the bodily platform, equality is not possible. We are different, right? Everyone has different levels of intelligence. Everyone has different levels of physical strength. And of course, they have different karma. So they have different amounts of wealth, beauty. So how can we say that everyone should get the same type of education? No, we are not equal. On the bodily platform, we are not equal. however hard we may try for equality, it's not going to happen. There will always be different classes in the society. There will be the intelligent class, there will be the administrative class, there will be the productive class, and there will be the laborer class in the society. We are not equal. But equality is possible on the platform of spirituality, right? On the platform of the soul. Because the soul, as a spirit soul, we are all equal. Satchidananda Vigraha, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And above all that, Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas, eternal servants of Krishna. On that level, being servants of Krishna, we are all equal. Who is able to see this? A devotee is able to see this. Universal brotherhood is possible, Srila Prabhupada says, when one is a pure devotee. Universal brotherhood is possible when one is a pure devotee. So you may say, what about the Gyanis? They don't see universal equality? Not really. Because for them, this diversity of you, me, and him is false, isn't it? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. In the ultimate sense, we are all just one. So if we are all just one, how you will see equality? There is no variety to be equal. It is all just one. Everything else is false. Of course, I'm talking about the Advaitins, right? Shankara philosophy. Even the Brahmavadis, their goal is, their understanding is the supreme absolute truth is Nirakar. And I should go and merge in him. Same idea, right? When you go and merge into him, then you become one. There is no you and me. So where is that equality? Brotherhood, where will you find that? So those who practice Jnani is, how do they practice? They go away from everyone else. They just stay by themselves. It's not like they, in a group, they sit and practice Sankirtan and no. Yogis and Jnanis, they will all be, they'll sit alone somewhere and practice their sadhana to go and merge into the absolute Brahman. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada is saying universal brotherhood is possible when one is a pure devotee. A pure devotee is actually learned because he knows his constitutional position, he knows the position of the Supreme Lord, and he knows, most importantly, the relationship. Only the devotee knows the relationship. He knows who he is, he knows who the Supreme Lord is, and he knows what is his relationship with the Supreme. Not that I am that Supreme or I'll go and merge into that Supreme, I will destroy my identity. No. So his understanding is complete. Therefore, who is actually learned? A pure devotee is learned. And only such a learned person can have an equal vision. He can be equal to everyone. He has full spiritual knowledge. And of course, he's liberated after Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param, right? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param. After this liberation stage, then now he is eligible to do bhakti. That means if somebody is doing bhakti, means he is already liberated. Again, please, bhakti means we are talking about pure devotional service. Pure devotional service begins after full surrender, Sharanagati, and you have Purna Shraddha. And the definition of pure devotional service is Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadya Navritam Anukulyana Krishnanushinam. Anyone who is doing like that, it is understood that he is already on the liberated platform. So when someone is doing bhakti, He's already on Brahmabhuta platform. He can see everyone on the spiritual platform. Therefore, he sees equality. He can comprehend the happiness and distress of all living. Another important point, he can see, this is, we read this in Sadhu Prakara, in Bhakti Sandarbha, Sadhu Prakara, there we read, this devotee, he sees when he sees others suffering, he cannot give pain to others. He can relate to others, because whatever is painful to me, how can I give that pain to others? Or whatever makes me happy. So he sees everyone in relation to himself. That's why he can feel their pain. Now it's been a while since I studied that, so I'm not exactly remembering the sequence. Maybe I can refer to it and explain it further in the coming classes. But he, with his own, how do you say it? He can understand others' pains and pleasures from his own, the way, whatever gives him pleasure, he thinks the same way about others, right? This gives me pleasure, so he tries to do things which will give them pleasure, and anything which gives me pain, he will do, he will not do those things to others, because he knows this gives me pain, it will give pain to them also. And we are not just talking about other human beings or just family members or my community members, all living entities, because he sees everyone on the spiritual platform, and he sees them as spirit souls, not just spirit souls, but as servants of the Supreme Lord. This is the vision of a pure devotee. So he cannot give pain to anyone. He sees everyone equally. I can discuss on this further later. So he can comprehend the happiness and distress. He can relate. He can relate to the happiness and distress of, it doesn't say just other devotees or other people, all living entities. He feels. You must have heard this. Srila Prabhupada was in Mayapur once. They were walking. You know, it gets really hot in the summertime, like even now. Sometimes it's cloudy, but it's still hot actually. So they had this, I think, concrete floor or maybe path they were walking on, and there was one worm. And Srila Prabhupada was walking and he stopped and he was looking at it with such compassion. He had tears in his eyes looking at that. And then he told the devotee, please pick this up and put it in the grass. It's so hot, it's getting burnt. Can we say that we feel? So a pure devotee is not just thinking about other people or just Indians or just, he's thinking about all, because he's seeing everyone in relation to Krishna. Every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. Of course, it's a different thing that you cannot preach to them, but he certainly feels pained to see their suffering, because he sees it in relation to himself. The floor is hot, the ground is very hot, right? When you walk bare feet, your feet get burnt. And here is this worm, a caterpillar or something, which is on such concrete floor. It must be getting burnt. He's actually feeling the pain of that living entity. This is a pure devotee. And when you are in Krishna consciousness, how much bliss you are experiencing. He wants to give the same to others. This is just one example. So many examples are there in Srila Prabhupada's pastimes. In Mayapur, or again, this was also in Mayapur. All of you must have heard this also, right? After a feast, the poor children, right, they throw all the leaf plates after eating, they leave some, when you eat, you're not able to finish everything, so you just leave it. They wrap up the leaf plate and throw it in an open area. So dogs usually come and eat. So Srila Prabhupada looked out through the window and he saw there were some children who were chasing the dogs away in order to take the remnants of the food that are thrown away. And Srila Prabhupada had tears in his eyes. And Srila Prabhupada said, they are human beings, but they're in such a degraded condition. They have to fight with dogs. They're hungry. They don't have food. So they have to fight with dogs to get the food which is thrown away, which is the remnants. So then that's when Srila Prabhupada told, by the way, today His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he must have arrived already because it was our class time. At 4 o'clock he was about to arrive in Mayapur. So there's a welcome program at the temple. So now it's 5:30, 1.5 hours ago. Sometimes it's delayed, so I don't know exactly, but he must have arrived. But I was saying, Srila Prabhupada told His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj that for 100 or 10 miles, how many miles is that? 10 miles.
10
10 miles. 10 miles radius from Mayapur temple, nobody should ever go hungry. And since then they started this free, every day, khichdi they would make. Mayapur khichdi is delicious. ISKCON khichdi is famous, of course, but I must tell you, Mayapur's khichdi. There's one devotee who cooks in the Sulabh kitchen. He's been cooking for decades now, but he makes the most delicious khichdi. And we try to do that at home. Doesn't come like that. Even though you know the recipe, it won't come. But they would distribute this khichdi to all. And I have also seen during parikrama also they take extra prasadam. The devotees who are on parikrama, they are fed, but also the local villagers, they come with their containers, pots, and then they give them as much as they want, prasadam. They may not listen to philosophy, but everyone will take prasadam, and by that prasadam they will be purified. So of course, he's taking care of their hunger, but side by side spiritual progress is also happening because it is Krishna prasadam. So again, the point is how a devotee feels. Actually now, not now, it's been a few years now already, but everyone around Mayapur, because of Mayapur temple, they have become so wealthy because of Mayapur. So many, tourists come, and just the value of the land and everything has gone up so much. Now there's no poor people around. So they don't need to do the prasadam distribution so much anymore, like every day distributing khichdi. No, they still do it in the temple campus, anyone who visits the temple, right? So they get that, but going to the villages and feeding, maybe they go to far off places, but now everyone has become so well to do, so it's not required. Again, going back to the point, he can comprehend the happiness and distress of all living entities. He understands that what is happiness to him is also happiness to others, and that what is distress to him is distressing for others. And because he's so kind-hearted, soft-hearted, a devotee is very, very soft-hearted. So how he can give distress to others? Anything which is distressing to him, he will not do that to others. He's sympathetic to everyone. That's how he's equal to everyone, and he's sympathetic to everyone. सोचे ततो विमुख चेतसा इंद्रियार्था maya sukhaya bharam udvahato vimudhan. People suffer from material distress because they are not attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure devotee's chief concern, therefore, is to raise the ignorant mass of people to the sense of Krishna consciousness. I just remembered one more thing in this context. One devotee asked in the morning walk, one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, you said that a devotee is fearless. That's actually a symptom of one who surrenders to Krishna. When one surrenders to Krishna, he will become fearless. That's how you know that he's a pure devotee. A symptom of a pure devotee is he's fearless. But still we see that Prahlad Maharaj is praying, I fear Maya and this and that. What is this? Why would he become fearful? If a devotee is supposed to be fearless, then why a devotee is fearful of Maya? Can any of you guess the answer? In the speak in.
That you don't become separated from someone.
Say it again.
They don't get separated from someone.
I couldn't understand. Someone repeat it for me. So that they don't get separated from Krishna Bhagwan. But they are already, they are fearless. They don't fear anyone. Right? They become fearless. So why should they fear Maya? Why should they fear Maya? Of course, that's a good point. So that they don't get separated from Krishna Bhagwan. But is Maya more powerful than Krishna? Why are they afraid of Krishna or of Maya? Don't they have confidence in Krishna? Anyone else would like to try? We are already over time. So if you want to try, raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll move forward. Nobody? Okay. So then we'll just continue. So we will read Bhagavad Gita and Leela Amrita.
But Mataji, answer.
Think about it.
Mataji, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. So the question is, a devotee is fearless. That's a symptom of a pure devotee. A pure devotee, when he surrenders to Krishna, this is the conclusion of Shastra. Anyone who surrenders to Krishna is fearless. Anyone who does not surrender to Krishna is fearful. This is a statement of the Shastra. So unless you surrender to Krishna, you don't become a pure devotee. Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee. Then why he is praying to Krishna that I am afraid of this Maya? Why? If he's fearless, why should he be afraid of Maya? That's the question. Yes, Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu.
Mataji, is it because he also wants to give the people who are fearful, he also wants them to become fearless?
My God, excellent. Bullseye. He hit it right on the target. Wow. Srila Prabhupada explained it like this. Very good, Surin. Excellent answer. Srila Prabhupada explained it like this. A mother, she's cooking on fire, right? She cooks every day. She's not afraid of fire. She's not afraid of fire. She turns on the fire and she cooks. But she has a little child. For herself, she's not in anxiety of fire, but she's always in anxiety for the little child. He may not go and catch fire, right? Or he may not get drowned in water. She doesn't feel fear for herself that she may drown in water, but she's always fearful of the little child. Similarly, pure devotees have no fear from Maya for themselves because they have full confidence in Krishna. But their anxiety, their only anxiety in life is the Maya is so powerful, and these people, ignorant people who have not taken shelter of Krishna, they are in a very precarious condition. Their anxiety from Maya is for these people who are not devotees yet. So Yashoda Mai is always in anxiety, isn't it? Krishna may not be. So like that, a mother is always in anxiety, not for herself, but for the little child. She's doing her work, but she's always keeping an eye. Mother or father, nowadays both father, mother, both do that. Similarly, pure devotees have no anxiety from Maya for themselves, but still they fear Maya, not for themselves, but for those people who are careless, right? Careless. And they think, oh, it's okay, no problem. And they think, no, 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 Maya is very powerful. Don't be so negligent. Take shelter of Krishna. Once you surrender to Krishna, there is no fear. But the problem is for those who have not yet surrendered. And these pure devotees, out of their compassion, just now we read, Srila Prabhupada said, they see others' pain. Their only pain is the pain of others. For themselves, they have no pain. So that's why they are in constant anxiety, not for themselves, but for the foolish people who have not surrendered to Krishna. Like Srila Prabhupada also, isn't it? He's always preaching, 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 and chastising, and in so many different ways. And he's in anxiety. Why? For himself, he's already having Krishna Prem, but he's in anxiety for all of us, like that. So that's the answer. That's how Srila Prabhupada explained it. Okay. I'm very happy. Surut gave the answer. Okay. Now we'll read Lilamrita, actually Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 78. We're coming to the end. Please repeat. Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Mama. Again, Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjun, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. This is Sanjaya speaking to Dhritarashtra. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjun, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Purport. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra's. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons, assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. That's why he asked that question. Right? Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. What did they do, my sons and the sons of Pandu, after they assembled? What did they do? They would have fought, but still he's asking what did they do means he didn't want that by the influence of the Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra is a Dharma Kshetra, by the influence of Dharma Kshetra, by the presence of the master, the father of Dharma, Krishna himself there, Kaurava's mind might have changed and they may have compromised with the Pandavas and maybe they have decided we won't fight now. He was worried. I hope nothing like that happened. Huh? That was his actual concern. So he wanted to confirm that the fight actually took place. Why? Because he was confident. My son Dhritarashtra has Bhishma on his, my son Duryodhana has Bhishma on his side. And we have so many Akshauhinis. Especially he was confident because of Bhishma Dev. So we will certainly win. And this is the right time to fight. They will destroy the Pandavas. Otherwise, if we don't fight now, the Pandavas will always remain as a thorn. My son will not be able to enjoy. He won't be able to enjoy the kingdom peacefully as long as they're living. So the fight should take place, the Pandavas should be killed. So that was his whole intention in asking that question. That's how the Bhagavad Gita began. So now what is Sanjaya telling Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. But after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjaya told the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune." He also said victory. There will be victory. There will be all good fortune. He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjun because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjun was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. I think it's a big purport. Yeah, let's not do it all today. I'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. In fact, the purport also we'll discuss again tomorrow. We just started it today. We'll read it again. And just maybe I'll read one paragraph of Leelamrita and I will let you go. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. Continuation. The ocean voyage of 1965 was a calm one for the Jaladuta. The captain said that never in his entire career had he seen such a calm Atlantic crossing. Prabhupada replied that the calmness was Lord Krishna's mercy. And Mrs. Pandya asked Prabhupada to come back with them so that they might have another such calm crossing. Srila Prabhupada wrote in his diary, "If the Atlantic would have shown its usual face, perhaps I would have died. But Lord Krishna has taken charge of this ship." On September 13th, Prabhupada noted in his diary, 32nd day of journey, cooked party khichdi. It appeared to be delicious, so I was able to take some food. Today I have disclosed my mind to my companion Lord Sri Krishna. There is a Bengali poem made by me in this connection. That also we will read tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada's famous poem written on the Jaladuta. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.